Most people think starting an event space requires hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the reality is most of the successful venue owners that I work with started with less than $20,000 out of pocket, right? And if you pick the wrong type of space, you can lose your entire investment before you ever host your first event. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the exact 5 steps that my clients use to open up profitable event venues, even if they've never owned a business before. So first things first, let's talk about like what even are event spaces? What does this event space opportunity even look like? So why are event venues exploding, right? Well, ever since COVID, people realized how much live events were actually vital to society. Everybody thought that, oh my God, event spaces are never come back after COVID. Y'all, I literally had my biggest month ever after COVID. Like that was the first time I did like $50,000 a month. Then we did $100,000 a month, $150,000 a month, and it was crazy. And the biggest thing about it is just like events like are never gonna stop happening, right? Like, there's always gonna be weddings. There's always gonna be baby showers. There's always gonna be birthday parties. And yeah, you can say like, oh, but people can have it at their house or whatever. The fact of the matter is everybody does not like, they're not making any more real estate. I think we can all agree with that statement, right? They're not making any more real estate. So it's like all the houses that are created, unless you buy land, you build your house from scratch. Those are the houses. So everybody else gotta be in an apartment, especially if you live in a urban community, say for example, Brooklyn or whatever the case may be, or even like just like any city that has a lot of like a big population, there's gonna be a lot of apartment buildings. And the fact of the matter is, if you come from a big family, you can't fit everybody into your apartment. You can't, and here's the thing, even people who have a house, like, you don't want all them people in your house? A lot of people don't. Like, think about it. I don't want to do the cleaning. I don't want to do the setup. I would rather just pay a couple $1,000, book someplace else. So when I leave and I'm gone. I go back to my bed and I'm done. So that's why event venues are exploding. And this is going to be increasing year over year as just simply our population increases. Which is why I say this is the perfect time to get into this business. Now, a big thing about it is just, this is a high ticket business, right? This isn't like some low ticket recurring thing where it's like landscaping, where it's like, oh, well, pay $50 a week and I'll mow your lawn or something like that. What am I gonna do with that? You know what I'm saying? This is a high ticket business. People are paying $1,000. People are paying $5,000. People are paying $10K for some of these events. So why would you not want to have a piece of that? So when people are getting into this business, what are some mistakes that they are making? What are some things that you need to be worried about when you're getting into it? So number one is obviously picking the wrong property. Now, it's not exactly what you think. A lot of times people feel like, oh my God, I have the perfect location that is downtown or it's in a metro area, it's around with a ton of parking or whatever the case may be. And that couldn't be further from the truth. The number one thing that you absolutely have to focus on is you want to focus on the numbers. You want to focus on profitability. I would rather have a space in the slums with no parking, with none of that stuff, than going to have that with the right numbers, right? Then pick a property that's going to be super expensive in Metro Atlanta or whatever the case may be that everybody's fighting over. Why? Because the simple fact, it's supply and demand. If everybody's fighting over it, then that means the demand is high. And that means since the supply is low, it's only one property, well, that means the price is going to go up, right? I don't want to deal with that. The next mistake that a lot of people make is getting into zoning issues. If your property is not zoned correctly, you will get shut down. Period, point blank, period. Like, if you do not know how to navigate this process, I would not get into this business. So what I would definitely say is just, hey, look, listen, talk to your local Department of Buildings, talk to your local town planning board. Here in Event Space Elites, we only work with properties that are already pre-zoned, so our clients don't have to worry about that. But when it comes down to zoning, you absolutely want to make sure that the property is zoned, or else you're just kind of wasting your time and wasting your money. Next thing, right? I know a lot of times people talk about parking. Right now, parking is very, very important. Parking is definitely important in terms of like having the viability of the property. People want to make sure that there's ample space and whatnot. But here's the thing, right? It's not a deal breaker for me. It's definitely not a deal breaker. There's tons of other ways to kind of go about parking. You can borrow parking from a neighboring business. You can do valet. You can do street parking, whatever the case may be. Like, I've never, ever had parking in any of my properties. So I wouldn't really make it a big deal, right? The next thing is capacity limits. So, I mean, I know a lot of times people say, oh, okay, Brian, like what size property should I have? How big should I get it? Whatever the case may be. Ideally, I like properties that can hold roughly about 100 people. About 60 to 120 people is the sweet spot. But here's the thing, you got to know how to negotiate those type of properties, because if you're going after it and everybody else who watches these videos are going after it, well, you're going to need some type of edge. And especially in event space elites, when we have an entire team of people who literally call hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of properties every single day, it's going to be kind of difficult to get those properties if you don't know what to say, you don't know what you're doing, which is why so many people get told no. And real quick, if you are watching this because you are seriously thinking about opening up your own event space, I actually put together a free guide that walks you through the entire process step by step. Check it out in the link in the description. All right. It shows you how to find the right property, how to get the space funded, how to get your first few bookings. And like I mentioned, I put the link in the description. Grab that after the video. And if you are super serious about getting your venue, there's going to be an option to book a call on the next page. So you can just follow that, and I hope to hear from you soon. So next, what are the 5 steps to open up a venue, right? Like, what are some steps to go ahead and open up? Okay. So let's kind of break this down sequentially. So number 1, obviously you got to find the right market. A lot of times people don't know how to test and make sure that they are in a viable market. One of the easiest ways to see if you're in a viable market is to just simply go to Google Maps and just type in event space near me and see how many venues are in your area. There's a specific number that we typically look for. I like to see at least like 20, 30 venues in the area. And here's the thing, right? A lot of people are going to say like, oh, but there's competition or whatever the case may be. I'm not worried about competition. I'm worried about not having a unique selling proposition. So I'm just trying to determine at this stage that there are other venues in the area so that I can turn around and utilize that and say, okay, cool. Because these other venues have leads and they have market share, that means I can go in and take some of that market share, right? So the next part is obviously finding the right property. Right? So when it comes down to finding the right property, one of the biggest websites that I use in Event Space Elites, we actually use about 15. But just to kind of start off the bat, you guys can use just these 3, LoopNet, Crexy, and Craigslist. Those are really, really big ones that we utilize and that you can go ahead and utilize as well. So when it comes down to these things, typically I like to look at 1,000 to 6,000 square feet, as well as I like to go ahead and see things under $40 a square foot, right? And then we negotiate and go through all the tenant improvement and stuff like that as well, right? With that being said, going down into our next step, right? What we want to go ahead and do is obviously secure funding, right? And this is typically done through something called a CSA that we like to call, or a credit stack and assessment. And what that credit stack and assessment basically looks like is we are going to see the banks, cards, and scripts that we feel that our client has the highest likelihood of getting approved for. So if you're doing this on your own, or you're looking to kind of like, kind of stitch this along or whatever the case may be, just you can take a look at your credit profile, see what banks you already have existing relationships with, and then go ahead and take those existing relationships and just try to go ahead and extend into business credit, right? But just obviously make sure that your credit profile is set up. I have a ton of videos on that as well, so you can utilize that, okay? The next thing that we want to go ahead and do is obviously design the space. So when it comes down to design / build out, I always tell people, look, you want to have a minimum viable product. When it comes down to minimum viable product, I'm not overextending and overspending on lighting, on flooring, on walls, on decor or anything like that. I'm getting the property ready to be marketed. So then at that point, I can go ahead and start marketing. Simple. Right? A lot of times people do is they want to wait until the property is absolutely perfect before they start marketing, and it never, ever makes sense, right? We don't want to do that. Right? The next thing that we want to go ahead and do is market the venue, obviously. When it comes down to marketing the venue, what that basically looks like is we like to create an ecosystem. And that ecosystem is typically comprised of organic content as well as paid traffic. Now, I have a bunch of other videos talking about this. I break down the whole ecosystem and the step-by-step process, but you can go ahead and utilize that to go ahead and create an ecosystem, right? Because if you're missing one, it's going to be very, very difficult to scale your business. So like what's an example of some venue math? What that basically looks like, say for example, you want to get to a 10K month. Right now, success is math, so we want to go ahead and reverse engineer it. And what that basically looks like is if I have 12 date capacity, that's just kind of like quick back of napkin math, 12 date capacity, that's for, all else being equal, just taking averages, 4 Fridays, 4 Saturdays, and 4 Sundays, and that's a 12 date capacity. Well, if I want a 10K month, obviously that's only like what, $1,000, maybe $1,200 per date, right? That's for a 10K month. So now say for example, I wanted to go to a 50K month. Ooh, I like that. You know what I'm saying? So with a 50K month, now it's like, okay, cool. I would have to go ahead and price it out. What's 50 divided by 12? That's well, like 4-ish. So I would have to be around that $4,000 or $4,500 per date price point, right? Now, the easiest way to go ahead and do that is by implementing decor packages, right? You can also do food/bar packages if you want to do something like that, but that's just a little bit more risky. But the easiest one is definitely decor packages, because those are just, you don't require any licenses or anything. It's just very, very easy to scale. But those are essentially the 5 steps to opening up your own event space business. And the biggest takeaway here is that you don't need years of experience. You don't need to be in the event industry. You don't need to figure this out alone. It's already been done. So if you want the exact blueprint that we've used to help hundreds upon hundreds of people open up profitable venues, then just make sure you check out the free guide in the description. And if you are somebody who really wants to take the fast path, doesn't want to bump your head as much as possible, right? There's going to be a page where you can go ahead and apply to book a call with us. And at that point, we'll break down exactly what it looks like to work one-on-one with us. All right. Hope to see you soon. Let's get it. Let's go.